for the Adelaide 36ers. 9,308 against Illawarra on Friday. 9,263 last week against Brisbane. The sold-out sign is on the door today as well. Brantley to get things going for the Breakers.
He was quiet in that first half on Friday and been quiet in the last couple. But he's got to be one of their focal points. There's Kai Sotto, who has been tremendous since being inserted into the starting lineup.
5-1 Adelaide are since Kai Sotto has been starting. And that will be an offensive foul.
When he's in that starting lineup, he bring Daniel Johnson. We all know what he can do as far as putting points on the board. So he does give him that balance. And although Kai Sotto starts, he doesn't really play starter minutes. It's more about just getting him going, and we've seen the way in which he can protect the rim. And in fact, this season in particular, I don't know whether the stats reflect it, but certainly the way in which he's rebounding the ball, it's just the intent on the glass is a whole lot better.
Last season, nice drive by Brown. Last season, Kai Sotto averaged 2 rebounds a game. This season, 4.5, and he's a little above that this season. So numbers don't necessarily show it, but as you say, it's more, in the words of Andrew Gaze, the eye test, isn't it?
And it's the impact that he brings in terms of he alters a lot of shots with his length and athleticism. You don't often throw him the ball and say, go to get a bucket one-on-one back to the basket like you would at Daniel Johnson in that role. He's a lob threat and he can protect the rim, so that's what he's out there for. And then you bring Daniel Johnson in, who's just going to be ultra-aggressive off the bench.
See Barry Brown's numbers at the bottom part of your screen. He's fitted in beautifully. So's this man, Brantley. Back out for Abercrombie.
Good.
And that is nothing but fresh South Australian Sunday air.
Well, he has been very good this season from the three-point line, up at around 54%, but that just hit nothing other than oxygen.
That was one of the 46 who put that one down. I'll tell you what, that possession before Barry Brown Jr. had that drive and Cleveland got whistled for the foul. There's a bit of chirp going on, and Tony's Cleveland, one of the best defenders in the league. This is an exciting matchup to watch.
Early stages at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Franks, as Pete said, couldn't work his way into the first half. That's a pretty good start.
Couldn't work his way into the first 3 quarters and a bit. Then got some wide open looks in crisis time for Adelaide, and I think it was one where he just looked real tentative, and that'll help his confidence as well.
Brown Jr. gave up his 3. He likes that floater.
You leave your feet and let him get downhill into the heart of the defense. He's done that twice now, and I mean, that game on Friday, we keep talking about it. They dodged one, the Adelaide 36ers, with 2 minutes 56 left on the clock. And Clark hit a 3, and there's Kai Sotto finished the contact. So he hit a 3 in Clark, and they ran it off 14 points in the next 2 minutes to put that game to bed. Didn't look very convincing up until that point, but a win's a win at this point in the season.
My word, I think they're just a team still trying to figure themselves out a little bit, the Adelaide 36ers. They've got enough talent that on their day, they can mix it with the absolute very best. We saw them earlier on in the season with a huge win over the Sydney Kings on the road. And I think if they can get their act together over the next 3 or 4 weeks, they could give the whole box and dice a bit of a nudge.
They've certainly been one of the hottest teams in the competition. Must pass Liafa. Really a little hesitant.
I think he got a little bit of a flat tire, grimacing in pain.
Barry Brown with the left hand.
Oh, Jarrell Brantley.
Barry Brown just so creative in the way in which he can create scoring opportunities primarily for himself.
Sotto, size advantage over Abercrombie. Couple of early buckets for the big man.
Take it back. Throw the ball to him, let him go to work. It's good, Kai Sotto. Drew, I think you mentioned it on Friday. You mentioned how deep they are and how talented their roster is. Some interesting things are going to happen down the stretch in terms of shortening the rotation a little bit, you would think, and trying to figure out what lineup works well in certain moments.
This time Brantley pulls the trigger. That's a wild one. Abercrombie with the offensive rebound to get the jumper to go. It's the captain, Mitch McCarron. Only had 3 field goal attempts on Friday night. Bernard Copeland in commentary wants him to shoot the ball more. Franks. frustrates Abercrombie, who such a good defender. Forced him to give that up. Here's McCarron off the front of the iron. Drimmick kept it alive. Here's Sotto. He's short as well.
I like the way they're trying to get Franks going, but just they're standing around, 4 guys standing around on the weak side. Just need a little bit more of a distraction. That time when you are standing around, their help responsibilities and where you're going to come to help out becomes a whole lot easier as opposed to when you've got some moving targets.
See the Breakers record on the road. Going to go a long way in this competition if you can win games on the road. Nice touch from Cleveland, levels it up. Gives the 36 a 4-point lead.
Well, had another little chat to Barry Brown Jr. right in the eye.
Bit going on there?
Just a little bit. And these are the kind of matchups Antonius Cleveland loves, though. When you've got an elite perimeter scorer, he's going to put his hand up and take that personally. Really try and shut down Barry Brown Jr. He's off to a good start, 5 points.
Arthur, flat on his back. Shovel that out to Brown. Brantley, shot clock at 3. Derek Pardon just to win it back for the Breakers. Brown foul.
It's going to count.
It goes.
Point count.